All right, hello, welcome to the Long Island weather update. That's what we're going to call it from now on. And when I say Long Island weather update, it means we're going to be talking local. And if I say weather report or weather update or general, then it'll be more of a, outside of the area type of thing. But I'm mainly focused on Long Island weather, and that's the way I'm going forward right now, because I think it's important to talk about the daily weather, especially the unusual weather. Even though it's boring, it's still unusual. And this is all part of the climate crisis. So. Well, we do have fog out there, and we have a dense fog advisory actually in effect. That's going to remain in effect till 4 a.m. And some sites are having some pretty dense fog. So let's look at Islip right now. Visibility is only a quarter of a mile, and you'll see there, 2.48. Visibility a quarter of a mile there at West Hampton. So I meant not West Hampton, but Islip. Now in Nassau County, we're not doing as badly. Farmingdale is 1.75 mile. We have a little bit of foggy reporting mist, but we had a little bit of sun today, but more or less a gloomy day. Let's look at West Hampton now, 0.25 miles in fog. So yeah, very low visibilities here, 0.24 mile at Shirley, and we actually had visibilities under. Let's go back to Islip here. We actually had visibilities even less than a quarter of a mile today. So taking a look at this, and Islip's been dealing with fog, I think, most of the day. So let's see. Well, in the early afternoon there wasn't, and then the fog started, and then I think by 4 o'clock you'll see that fog started in down a quarter of a mile. Then we had 0.12 of a mile, 0.12 of a mile at times. So this is real pea soup fog here, 0.12 of a mile out there. So yeah, they're getting into the pea soup fog. We don't really have the pea soup fog here in Nassau County, but we do have this fog is pretty remarkable. So let's actually look at 501 New York here and show you how bad the fog is tonight in certain areas. Like I said, it's not that bad here, but if you go out further out east, that's where it's worse. So let's take a look at, all right, it doesn't look too bad there. Islip, for whatever reason, is getting it a lot worse. Just going to find it. Yeah, completely socked in over there. Yeah, look at that. That's right by the airport, and you can see how thick it is. Man, it's really thick here. If we go full screen, you'll see. Can't really see much of anything. That's some pretty thick fog out there. So it's worse out east. Yeah, look at that. Oh, something's going on in the expressway there. But look at how bad that. Looks like they're doing construction. But that's some pretty thick fog out there. So it's worse in Suffolk County than Nassau County. I can only show you what it looked like in Nassau County because that's where it was today. Obviously, didn't really travel that far. But we did have a few breaks in the sky here. A few little cirrus clouds. Not really a clear sky at all. And then you can see even during the day, visibility, even here, we had about maybe 2 mile visibility or just barely 2 mile visibility, maybe 1.75. And then at night, I was walking through Garden City again, yes, because, you know what, it's not that bad, all right? It's not like it's that bad of an area, it's just not, it just seems, you just see some unusual things. But I was just taking pictures of the fog, ground fog we had. It was kind of close to the ground. You can sort of see, we have to kind of zoom in a little bit here. But you can sort of see it hugging the ground a little bit. So here's a perfect example of it. And if we go and we look here, you'll see that. If we go closer to the ground, you see the fog is thicker near the ground. So it's ground fog. But we do have some cloud cover around, so that's kind of keeping. You can clearly see the fog right there. It's definitely pretty noticeable near the ground. You see. So again, pretty interesting stuff. This ground fog that we have. Few more photos. I think I took that. See a little bit of it there, not quite as much. Here's a nice example of it. So you can again see how it's close to the ground here. So you can see it's not so thick up here, but then as you go close to the ground, much thicker near the ground. So we got that ground fog effect. It's a pretty cool effect. I kind of like the fog. We don't have fog as much as we used to. I remember when I was growing up, we had a fog a lot. Now we have it less, I guess, due to the climate crisis. Climate change, climate emergency, whatever you want to call it. The climate's changing, and it's not for the better. So let's take a look at the highs today across the area. And you'll see highs in the mid-50s on Long Island. Generally mid-50s, so well above normal. I think it got close to 60 at certain areas. So there's a 60 right there. Looks like 60 at Farmingdale. Oh, it's Dix Hills. But, yeah, some areas got close to 60 degrees today. That's well above what we're supposed to be. So warm, it's moist out there. And let's go to our climate statistics for the day. And still, we're above the normal high, and it's 10 o'clock at night. So at iSlip, the high was 57, normal high 48, 9 degrees above normal. The low 47 was 14 degrees above normal. That puts us 11 degrees above normal for the day. Central Park saw 60, so did hit 60 in Central Park today. That's 12 degrees above normal, and they were 11 degrees above normal for the day. So we'll just look at Newark here. 61. So Newark was 12 degrees above normal for the day. So way, way above normal today. It's unbelievably above normal. Let's just look at the, I didn't do it yesterday, but I'll just go over the monthly weather summary very briefly for Central Park. Central Park was below normal as well by 1.43 degrees for November. I mainly focused on Long Island, but I figured I would show that to you. So going forward, guess what? We have more rain on the way. Here's our weather map. We got a number of more low pressure systems that's going to bring more rain our way for tomorrow. Looking at the radar, you'll see that rain. Here it is right here off to our south and west. And that's what's going to be moving in as we head into tomorrow. So let's go look at the models here, and we'll go look at the HRRR. So here we go into the HRRR, and you'll see, yep, there's that rain. It's going to be starting a little before sunrise, and it's going to be raining most of the day there through the afternoon. Maybe, just maybe, it might wrap up by 4 or 5 o'clock. So maybe we could salvage some dry time in the evening. But most of the day, we're going to have rain. It's going to be raining, all right? Once that moves on, we'll have maybe another chance of a spot shower with the cold front tomorrow night, and then that's it. And then we'll have we shouldn't have to deal with any more of this crap for this week. I mean, it's really been a crappy weekend. I hate this weather. As much as I hate the warm weather, if it was warm and sunny, I'll take that. I can't stand the rain and the dampness and just the ick that we've had around today. So let's look at our dew points and wind flow, and you'll see why we've had the ick. So here's your dew points. They're pretty high up there, a 50-degree dew point, though it's even higher off to the south. And then as we head into your day tomorrow, you see that easterly wind there, so that's going to keep at least the really moist air is off to the south. I mean, if you were in Virginia, you'd be dealing with 2 points in the mid-60s. You'd be probably having to run the air conditioner there. But you'll see for us, we'll stay kind of damp, but then you'll see the drier air moves in after midnight tomorrow night, and then we'll have drier conditions on Monday, and I'll talk about that more tomorrow night. Again, I'm trying not to make these videos as long, but there's still a lot to talk about, even though the weather seems boring. Today was still unusual. So temperatures stay where they are. They're not going to drop much. Upper 40s to around 50. And tomorrow, temperatures stay right there, upper 40s to around 50. And then tomorrow night, temperatures will probably stay in the 40s, and then it won't really start cooling off until we head toward Monday morning. So how much rain are we going to get? Well, this is the HRRR model we're looking at, so let's take a look and see what we got here. And you can see we're going to get another, it looks like another half inch to maybe as much as an inch of rain again. So it's going to be a rainy day tomorrow. Another rainy day. We had a rainy day on Friday, rainy evening on Friday. Now we got a rainy day tomorrow again. We just can't get these nice. When I was growing up, we had these simple cold fronts that would move through, bring a line of showers, and that would be it. But now it's got to linger around. Everything's much more slow moving because of the way the jet stream is. It's important that this continue to get talked about. As much as I have my own issues to deal with, this is related to the main thing I do with this channel is talk about the environment, and the weather is part of that. So obviously, with all this stuff, you're not going to see the sun at all. So I'm not even going to bother showing the sky model. I don't know why I just jumped over to it. This is the 0Z run. I do want to look at the RGEM, but let's go look at the NAM 0Z run and see what the NAM has as far as the rain goes as well, because we have that in here as well. So you'll see there's that rain. So NAM and HRRR pretty much agree, but the NAM lingers it around a little bit longer and maybe has some light rain and drizzle lingering through your evening, ensuring that the entire day is wet. So that's the difference between the two models, and I'm sure the NAM is just a little bit wetter as a result of that as well. Total accumulated rainfall, no, they're about the same. So we'll have to see what happens. Maybe we can eke out a dry evening tomorrow, maybe, but we may be dealing with annoying drizzle even when the rain is over, so the whole day may be wet. It's really kind of hard to tell at this point. One other tool that we can use, talk about, because none of these models show drizzle that much. So let's look at, we do have the FV3 high res. I can use that as well, which is the GFS, and see if that shows any of it. It seems like it gets it out of here, and so you might be able to eke out a dry evening so it doesn't rain all day. We'll have to see what happens. It's really hard to tell with the drizzle thing, but if you have 100% humidity near the ground, and let's just go ahead and look at the. I have to pull the regular GFS up just to show you the moisture that we have with this system, so you have an idea of the moisture in the air. 700. You can see again. Look at that. Those dark greens. That's going to mean. But I noticed that as we get toward the evening, the dark greens go away. So I'm hoping with that we can at least eke out a dry evening so the whole day isn't wet. I'm not going to guarantee it, but as far as the wettest part of the day, it's going to be earlier in the afternoon through the morning. I think hopefully by after 4 or 5 o'clock, we'll have some dry time. I hope. So I can get out of here, because otherwise I'm going to be stuck inside, and I hate that. So that's going to wrap up this Long Island weather update. Have a good night.